All right, well, welcome everyone to our community spotlight with Sabari from Spacescan.
Hey Ryan,
Hopefully we are live. Welcome, Sabari. How are you?
doing good. Thanks for having me. Hey Ryan.
Uh, I just
Yeah.
I just wanted to let everyone know that during the event today, we are open for questions. You can use the Zoom Q&A to ask any questions. Uh, and the YouTube chat is also being monitored for questions. And I think Discord channels are as well. So if you have any questions during the stream, feel free to ask them and we will relay them. There will be a period at the end where we will relay audience questions. But without further ado, we can get started. I am joined by Sabari from Spacescan. And if you would like to give a very brief description of what Spacescan is all about for the members of the community who might be new and aren't aware of what you're up to.
Sure. Yeah. And Spacescan, like it's one of the leading explorer in Chia ecosystem, and we have building Spacescan for past nearly 3 years. And I would say like this is one of the explorer which supports all the primitives. Where if you wanted to check your NFTs, CADs, or XCH balances or the transaction informations, that is a one place where you can get all this information. And we built Spacescan in a way that it'll give for equal or better experience like other explorers in other chains like Etherscan and others. So that's our motto, and that's what we are driving to build it. And yeah, that's about short Spacescan.
Okay. And it's my understanding that you have you have a few new features that you'd like to talk about today. And it's pretty exciting. So why don't we just dive right in and talk about some of those new features that you have?
Sure. Like as I said, like we've been building Spacescan for quite some time, and we are like quite agile team. We'll be continuously adding features as Chia blockchains evolves and started adding primitives, and the community grows in different needs. Like now we see like healthy token ecosystem is coming up, and we have like a pretty decent like NFT ecosystem is there. So as the need grows, and we started adding more features, and I'm very happy to share some of the things what we have added, which will help our community in that direction. Um, and to get started, can I go ahead and share? Right.
Yeah, yeah, let's go ahead and share.
Okay. So for some of that, like as like who's not been to Spacescan or new to Spacescan, I can just give a little intro on Spacescan, and then I can dive into more recent updates what we have done. So this is a Spacescan where a GI Explorer. As most of that layout of any Explorer, we do have all the blocks, all the recent blocks. You could able to see it here, and then all the transactions you could able to see it from here. And then we have a section where we could see all the NFT collections ranked and the tokens ranked. And so if you wanted to get more details on what are the recent transactions in Chia, you can click on this options, latest transactions that will get you into all latest transactions happening in Chia. And you can able to filter it with the different primitives the top. So most of us knows that we wanted to see all our XCH and how it has been transacted. So when you move any XCH from exchanges or sent to exchanges or transfer between your friends, family, we wanted to see that is being confirmed. And if you don't have that information on the receiver side, you can always come here and able to see all those transactions and track it. And if you wanted to see the NFT transactions, you can select this filter. It will show all the latest NFT transactions happened on Chia blockchain, right? And same way with tokens. Any cat tokens, we call tokens here as a Chia asset tokens. So all these Chia asset tokens are cats. You can able to see all these details here. And we do have option for the DID also. If you want, you can able to see whenever you create or move things between DIDs. So this is like a quick intro on Spacecat and some of the features what we have added now. Like we have added a lot of new features around transactions and tokens and NFTs. Brian, do you want to go through all of these features, or do you have any?
Yeah,
specific
yeah. Let's
question?
go ahead and talk about the token, the new token features that you have.
Okay, got it. So as recently, like in Chia, we have a lot of RWA tokens coming up and a lot of ecosystem moving towards creating tokens and transferring tokens. So the trade is becoming healthier, and we need a lot of details around it. So that's why we have started building token informations. We do have a separate menu for these tokens, and you can see if you when user click on top tokens, it will list down all the top tokens based on the volumes of the trades happened, right? As you can see, we rank all the tokens, and you could see each token's price, and we do show it in dollar value of the tokens, and below we have a XCH value of the tokens on that time, right? And we show 24 hours and 7-day differences, whether it's gained or lost. All this information we would show. In addition, we have a volume and the market cap and the liquidity available for these tokens. So that this will give much more detail or a quick view for anybody who is interested on CAD related informations. They could able to see it here. And we list out all the details with the data what we have for these durations. And we do have at the top trending and weekly losers and weekly gainers sections also. We pretty much wanted to keep this in line with coin market cap or a coin gecko where you see it. But our ecosystem is slightly younger, so we may not have all our tokens there. So that's why we have built it here, so we can have some place for our ecosystem to go through it and understand what's happening on the tokens. And if wanted to get more detail on a single token, you can click any of this token and it'll bring you a token information page. So in here, we will get more information on particular token. So in this case, I have taken HOA coin. It will show what is the current price in dollar and XCH value, and it will give all the circulating supply, total supply, fully diluted value, and how many holders that particular can have, and how many transactions have, and the volume for past one month, and the market cap. All these informations with addition to the asset ID, you can able to see it here. And we do have a chart. It's a trade view chart. So if trading view chart, so if anybody is familiar with that layout, could easily use this. We do have a different time scale user can use it to see the charts. And we do support like multiple charts also. So if anybody wants to see different variations of it, they can able to see all the tradings happened on this. And on this chart, I want to clearly mention that this goes through all the trading happen using offer files. Because in Chia, there is one of the powerful way where we enable trade of assets from one party to another party, right? And that is a neutral. So we don't get for these details from a single source like Dexy or TibetSwap. So this, we go through all the offers settled on chain and we collect all the informations, and that will be used to show this charts. And if you're interested, we can see all the next trade happen, all this buy and sell of each event happening. Could able to see it here. This next trade will have when it is settled, what height, and the actions, whether it is buy or sell, and the token amount, how much token is being bought or sold here, and the traded amount and the price also will be shown here. And at the last column, we do have where it is settled. So if it is settled on TibetSwap or Indexy, or if it is settled on as a um, private offer. So that means if somebody send offer file in a Twitter or any mail, so that also will be counted here. Yeah. Somebody had a question?
Yeah, we have a question in our Zoom chat of how are you determining circulating supply and can it dynamically update as a cat is distributed?
Yeah, yeah. So the circulating supply here, we don't have currently in Chia, we don't have any time lock. So that's why like the circulating supply is taken as a total supply minus when it burn or melt. So we do have like those informations here. The text trade is where we have this trades happens, and we do have like a mint, burn, and melt. So this mint will give how much token is minted. That is what it is as a total supply. We take it, and then the burn. If anybody burns this, any of these tokens, and in here in this case, I'll show you that nobody burned anything. But if we have any burned token, that will be taken out of the supply. So in this case, like SBX, like we can see, total supply is 1 billion and one is reduced. The reason is like there is some ban. Yeah, these tokens got burned. So these moved to a burned address, and so we will reduce that from the circulating supply. And if that token got melted, right, then that also will be reduced from the circulating supply. But as of now, we don't have any time lock in here, and that's why like we don't take like planned releases. So in other ecosystems, they can mint certain thing, and then they can say like, okay, well, the circulating supply will be considered only when the token is getting released. But here we don't have a mechanism as of now to determine from the on-chain data how much is locked. So that's why like we take the circulating supply in this formula, like total supply minus burn and melted. That's what circulating supply is.
Okay. And how do you handle multi-asset offers where a cat is traded for other assets besides
Yeah.
XCH?
Yeah. So it's a very good question. So as of now, in this chart, in this value, we'll take a one dimensional offers. So if it is HOA to XCH or HOA to stable coins, that is what it is considered to calculate this value here. That's why we could see this value is slightly different than other. So if you mix this trade with the different asset types, then that will be that won't be taken for this calculations. So it's always like a one-dimensional offers is what we take it here. Multi-dimensional offer or mixed offers is not going to consider it here. But if you wanted to see it, all those offers, we can see those offers here for that particular coin. But for this metrics, it's better not to take that as of now. That's why we are keeping it. But we do have a plan to enhance that once we have more, the market is mature. So if we have HOAs traded for SBX, and now we know SPX is pretty good market and it's stable, it's not gamed. And then I can take the value of the SPX and I can get the equivalent value and calculate the value in the dollar terms. But those things we can definitely improve on once we have market established, and then we can add more of these pairs into this calculation mix. But as of now, it is a token with the XCH or token with stable coins. That's how we calculate it.
Okay.
And that's what you see it here.
Very cool.
Okay.
Cool. And so we have NFT details as well as tokens.
No, so here for tokens we don't take the NFT values also. So it's only a token or a cat to XCH, cat to stablecoin, what it is. And for the NFT side, when we go to NFT, we can see the details, even the volumes and everything. It's similar. So in Spacescan, all the wherever we see volume or the price of it, even if it is assets, we always take XCH and the stablecoin as of now, just to avoid any manipulations.
Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah. So, Ryan, can I continue on this?
Yeah, absolutely. Keep going.
Sure. Yeah. So, and like we have seen the text trades, and the similar way, if you wanted to see all the transfers happens on the token, we can able to see all the transfers here. So this way we can, if you want, if you're analyzing any tokens, if you wanted to understand it, how it is transferred, and if it is not gamed, so you can able to trace all these details and you can understand how it is transferred. And we have a holders option, so it will list all the holders of the token currently, and we are planning to bring a percentage of holding that also will be here. So here you can see all the holders, how much a single address holding a particular asset. And as we have touched, we have mint, burn, and melt. It will give all the details about how much is minted, melted, or burned on this one. And the info is generic informations, anything about this token. And this sections will be improved. And this is a versions what we have come up with this, and we are always working with community, and based on the community feedback, if you wanted to add more features if they needed, definitely it will be about. Yeah, this is about the token new features what we have. Right.
Awesome. All right. So you have these are the new token features. You have some other features to talk about as well?
Yeah. So next, like the similar way how we have like for the tokens, we do have a new layout for the NFTs. We list down all the top trading NFTs in a similar way. We do have the volumes, market cap of it, all of this in exchange values, how much sale is happening. And the same way, like we have a trending weekly gainers, weekly losers, all the details we have it here. And this also counts only XCH to NFT to XCH or NFT to stablecoin volumes. So that's why like this volume is slightly different than the other marketplaces what we have it here. And we have done small changes here on the layout side. And if anybody's new in this area, in Explorer, in Spacescan Explorer, we do have NFT collections pages, and you can able to see all the different NFTs here. So this is a collection page for a little devil monkey, right? And here you can able to filter collections with the different attributes, and you can able to sort these filters. Yeah. So if you wanted to see a price in a different yeah. So if you wanted to see anytime NFTs in a different order, you can use this filters here to see it. And then on the attributes also, you should be able to use these filters and filter all this different based on different attributes. And if you wanted to check on activities happen on this collections, you can use this activity options, and you can see all the mint transfers and trades and burns happens on this collections. So this will help you to get a quick view of what's happening on this particular collections. So this is on the NFT side, some of the changes what we have brought in, enable a community to use NFTs here. Yeah, right. So this is some of the latest changes what we have on the NFT side.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Looks pretty cool. And those attributes, those are dynamically generated based on like whatever the attributes for the NFTs are.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yes, yeah. So all the whenever the NFTs got minted, each NFTs would have attributes as part of it, and all of this for the collections we collected. So if we have 300 items in this NFT, we'll collect all this, and we bring it to this attribute filter, so user can get this attribute filters. And we have a rarity calculations also, right? So if that NFT creator want to calculate the rarity, and if they have minted the collections completely, they can go to NFT and my collections, they can climb the collections, and then they can calculate the rarity, and that will bring the rarity filter also on top of it. So all of this happens dynamically. So we don't need to work with us, our team anytime. We have faced any issues, you can reach us. Otherwise, it's mostly like self-serve what we have it here. So you just needs to mint it, and then all these attributes will be dynamically pulled from the data. We have it. And then once you initiate the rarity, that's also automatically happens. And then user can use the rarity filters and the attribute filters to see and go through this NFTs details.
One person asked, what rarity calculation does Spacescan use?
It's an open rarity. There is a same method what is used in Mint Gardens. The same method is what we use it, and so that means we need to have that all the NFTs minted on the collections. Then the collection creator can go to my collection, and only the collection creator can initiate the rarity calculations. And they have initiated once. Let's go through all the NFTs and calculate the rarity. That option is in my collections. In here, once you climb it, and you can calculate for that collection.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay. Any further questions?
Not specifically about NFTs. We do have a few questions that I'm going to hold for the end,
Okay.
but we can move on and talk about the next feature.
Okay. So then the next what we brought in is the way to like understand different transactions. So this features we have it for quite sometimes, but we have polished it in a way that it'll much more useful for the users. So one way whenever we go through or try to understand the transactions, it's hard to find the lineage of it. How do I find how this coin is being splitted into it? When I mint a token, when I mint a NFTs, how that when we say like EU coins, how that is happening, all these questions were there. So we have added lineage options here. So if we do have any coins, we can go to the bottom and you can see what is the parent coin, current coin. And if that particular coin is spent, then we will have the child coins for those. So in this case, this is a token. So yeah, maybe I'll start from the different types of coins what we have. So every coin is a smart contract here, right? So and we have a very base primitive, or some of the primitives we call it as like a important ones, like the standard ones, tokens and the NFTs. So all this we can differentiate it by the type here. So if we anytime if you see this type is NFT, then that particular coin, it is an NFT coin, and that will have the NFT image and the details about the NFT ID and the collection details will be at the top. And then each coin will have its standard definition, like what is the transaction ID, what type of event it is. It is a transfer or a trade, a mint, melt. All these events will be given here, and who is sending this coin, or how this coin has been transferred, right? All this information will be there from to, and what is the parent coin of this coin. And if we do have any memo, because whenever we spend any coin, we can able to add a memo. So that memo will be here. If we have any memo, and if it is different than the standard memos, then it will be here. And the time of the confirmation, if it is a confirmed one, but if it is a spend, then the time will be on the spend. Then we'll have a confirmed block, spend block. So that's a standard. We keep it here, and this is similar to what we have it in Etherscan and other places also. So that way it will be easy for anybody who comes from a different ecosystem. So that's why we kept this as a similar layout or similar structures on the information wise. And this is for the NFT. Same way we have for a cat. So if it is a token that we call it as a cat, and we do have a 2 standard, or we did have cat 1 and it is improved on cat 2. So that's why it says like cat 2. And it also has different informations related to it. At the top, you can able to see the cat name, image, and the asset ID of the cat and the descriptions of about the cat. And was discussing about how do we find this relations between the coins. So that's why we have added this lineage graph now, where we could able to see what is a parent coin and what is the type of that coin and what are the child coins of it. And in this one, sometimes if you wanted to work with a large scale splits or combine, you can increase like you can use this full screen options to view all the details. And if you wanted to know the details of it, you can click on children's and you can click on each one of it to understand more, or you can go to that coin and traverse through that, understand how that coin has been moved out, or where it is originated. All the information you can, all the analysis you can able to do it here with this lineage and the details what we have here. So as I said, like now we started supporting the different types of tokens also, like all the liquid LPs, all the different type of tokens. We started supporting it, and you can use this lineage to traverse through it and understand it. Right? Yeah, this is one thing what we brought in on the transaction side. And if the recent times, if you have seen the Spacescan transactions, if you click any transaction, it comes in a milliseconds. So that's a one thing what we have worked as part of this third rewrite of it, to get the the feel, like the fast feeling of like Etherscans. Like it's a different set of coin set model. What we have is a coin set model, they have a account model. But still, if you go try to take any address balances or the any transactions, we will be loading it in maximum less than a second. That's what we are aiming, and that's how we structured it in a way that end users, never going to feel that it is a coinset model, it is difficult to use it. So all this complexity wrapped it and we put it into like, I would say like better than Etherscan on the response side of it. But we still have a lot to improve on it, work on it. But we got it into a level where it is pretty good and usable for the users to um, go through and traverse the transactions. So that is some of the items we worked on, right?
Awesome. I have a couple questions here that I'll relay to you now. Do you have any plans to incorporate price and trade activity from sexes? For example, warp or on Ascend DX or wrapped SPX on 9mm?
Okay. So there are like a lot more items we need to work on, but I need to understand more that question. I know that 9 is like a different, like a debate swap. I think there is a separate thing happening, and I think HOA community is mainly behind it. I need to work with them. So now we have started with debate swap and Dexy, and we have started getting even a combined swaps also into it. But definitely, I'm open to it to understand it and add that.
Okay. Another question is there any work being done on the underlying infrastructure to prevent outages and missing data? Is this something the community can help with in any way?
Yeah, definitely. So that's the one thing we've been like fighting for quite some time, because like we went through a lot of iterations to fix that any missing transactions. Because here, like each coins, we need to process it at any time. If it missed out, we need to go and reprocess it. So we have pretty good kind of like covered on that aspect of it, where not to miss out any blocks or any transactions as much as possible. But it's still it's very complex thing to completely get 100%. But we are there. Like I think with the third iterations, what we have, our balances and the transactions is pretty good matches, and the miss ratio is less. But when the fork happens, because the fork is always happens in the chain, right? It's quite frequent than what most think. So that it'll go back and corrects that. And we go through like one node, and the one node, it can be like out of sync and it needs to go and do a reorg of it. So yeah, a fork is not correct. So it's kind of like a reorg. A lot of reorg happens, right? So that we have worked on this third iterations and to correct all this reorg related and go back, clean out all the transactions and process the actual ones. So that backend side we are good. But on the outage, yes, we recently coming out like a lot more kind of like a load. So that's why we have moved away from a lot of free APIs what we had. We are moving everything into like kind of like a pro API and mostly like a server side rendering instead of a client side rendering. So that is the area where like last even I think 6 months to 1 year we've been working on it as part of this optimization process. But still, our infrastructure is a bit smaller to cover like very huge number of requests coming in. I hope maybe by the community grows bigger, and if we have more users coming in, and we can able to afford to have like more contingency servers or secondary servers. But definitely like team is like communities already been contributing a lot of to our donations. That is helping us, and we got like support from Chia also on some of the infrastructures to cover. So now we have a pretty good setup on our infra side to handle small to mid level spikes, but very super spikes like couple of thousand requests per second. That's no, we cannot handle it. The server may have to go down and come back, but we have worked on that. It'll automatically come back in quickly in few minutes. So that's why we could able to maintain that, but we are working towards it, and yeah, more community support is welcome on any technical side or contribution side on the donations.
If someone wanted to reach out to help or contribute in any way, where would they would be the
Yeah,
best place to reach out?
yeah. So they can go to the supporters page, and they can able to see our donations address here. And then so we do have our Twitter and the Discord links, so they can join our Discord to discuss more, or can reach us in Twitter. And we do have an email also. They can reach us to hello@spacescan.io or sabari@spacescan.io. They can reach me there also. Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see. We've got another question. I like the feature of attaching names to addresses. Do you have plans to enable comments and discussions as well, similar to Etherscan?
Yeah. So for now, we do have support for tags, not for like the comments as of now, because we have seen there is a need for any addresses to be tagged. So if you're a owner, you can go ahead and claim your address. So you can, there is an address profile option here. You can go and claim your address by proving that you own that address by signing a signature, and that will give you options to like name the addresses and add a social and descriptions for that address to know that okay, this is belongs to particular entity. So if you are like known entity, you want to have donation addresses, then you can do that, or you wanted to tag that address for different purposes which is known, you can do that. So here in Spacescan, we have tagged this as a Spacescan dev donation. So anybody comes to this address, they can able to see it. And these information can be updated only by the owner of that addresses. But sometimes we do have certain addresses where we need to tag it in a different purpose, like some hack happens. So we need to tag those address differently, or we interact with any addresses which is belongs to exchanges, and we need to tag those. So that way we can get better understanding on how much exchange is there with the exchanges or different entities. Or if sometimes we wanted to tag particular addresses as a spam or hacker addresses, all those tagging, we can do it here. And this, any logged in user can do it against any address, right? You don't need to be a owner of a particular address, but you can tag this way. So this, it's little more control, and it is still enable us to, with the infrastructure what we have, to support more informations tagged to address. uh, yeah, we don't have, currently we don't have a plan to enable more comments or interactions on the addresses, but maybe in future. But for now, we do have these features. I hope these are the features requested by the community, and we have started adding it. And if definitely, if there is a need from community, strong need, and to have more comments and the sections like Etherscan, we can bring it in. Yeah.
Okay. And another question is, will Spacescan support tracking of different markets, such as carbon credits or Bermuda equities?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So that's a one thing what we are also working on. So we would be adding more of these details under the token sections. So once we have like more of these different RWAs coming in, we wanted to bring that as a different dashboards instead of grouping into a single one. So we can see like carbon markets. So we can just select the carbon markets, and it'll show all the carbon market details. And once we have a Pimodo comes up with a different Microsoft or different entities, then we wanted to show that definitely it is in our roadmap. We are just waiting for that cat is to be ready. And one thing is on the RWA part of it, because now certain RWAs are kind of like NFTs, like our soul salt, it is an NFT, and some of them will be a token. So we are still working on how do we bring RWAs dashboards for different things, and how do we categorize it and put it in. So that way it will be easy for anybody from our community or new to the community, if they wanted to see that, they can able to just click a single page and able to see what is the total trading volume happens, what is the how exactly happening, what exactly happening, all this. Yeah, definitely it is in our roadmap. We are just kind of settling with all the things, recent changes, what we are doing it, and we will be expanding to that RWA and bringing tokens.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's move on. You have a few other things to talk about.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us a rundown of those things?
Yeah, sure. So we have seen like all the basic blocks of a explorer part of it, And we have started adding something like from the community. It's been asked for quite some time, is the tax calculations. How do I file my tax for Chia assets? So we brought in tax statement option. So here user can come here and they can add a wallet. So it's a for free to try it. So they can add a maximum of 5 wallets, and they can able to see all their wallets. So in this case, like I have some of my wallets here. So here you can able to see the balances and the details, how much balance I have in dollar terms, how much balance I have in XCH, all the details, and the token holding of it, and NFT holding of that particular wallet. So this works by the public observer key. So you have to give early or public master public key, and we don't need to you don't need to give your secure key. So that is a one way where Chia is totally different from other chains. So with this public key, you can able to get all your balance and details in one place, and you can see your transactions in here. And here we have a different category of this. So you can categorize this particular thing into like farm, pool, self, all the different classifications. You can use it, which is going to be help you to do a tax calculations. And we have options to do auto classifications also. So you can select these auto classifications rules, and based on these rules, these classifications could be updated, right? So, and once we have these, and this here, you can able to see tokens, to trades, all these details here, right? And once you are confirmed with these details, you can go to tax reports. Here it will show all the income level details. And if you are selected USD as a currency when you have started adding this wallet, it will consider that you are a resident of US, and then it will help you to create this IRS form 1040 also. And then you can export all the transaction in the default default sections or default format or a coinly format. And there is options to calculate the capital gain. If you do have any tradings happening on this wallet, you can calculate the capital gain, and then you can produce the documents related to that. And that you can use it to submit. You can work with your auditor and or like online submission tools to use them. And this is a tax calculation supporting tool. So always it is not final. You have to always work with your auditor or a accountant to get that filed properly and reviewed it properly. So this is a one of the new tool sets what we brought in for our community. So user can able to see all this details. And in here we have not only like all the incoming and outgoing of tokens or the NFTs, we could able to show all the trades happens, and we will take the cost basis of that trades also, and even liquidities what you provide, that is also we'll show it. So for example, like in this case, in here, so these are like some of the liquidity what we provided to the debate swap, right? So it can able to identify all this liquidities, all the trades what we do, right? And it can able to calculate the cost basis for those also. And it is not like perfect on the certain events what happens there. So we are still working on some of these gaps items. But if this is like a pretty good item for anybody to start on to work on. Yeah. So this is about our tax features what we have.
All right. And you said that it supports US tax documents. Does it support any other
Yeah,
country
so
tax
for
system?
other countries, if they when they add the wallets, if they select the details based on the currency what they selected, it will generate all the transactions details and the capital gains details, but it won't have this IRS form because that's specific to US jurisdiction, right? So for if it is a Canada, if user selects a Canadian dollar or Australian dollar or a euro, the first options won't be there, but the remaining sections will be. So they can able to download that, upload it to Coinly or other tools what it supports it. Yeah, they can.
Okay. Sounds good. Awesome. So these are the kind of the main features, main
Yep.
new features that you had to talk about. How do you see these features being used in general? What is your outlook for how these are going to
So
be?
yeah, so this for somebody who maintains a cold wallet or somebody has a farming wallet and they started doing a trading of tokens or the NFTs, they wanted to collect all the informations in one place and do a tax calculations. So that's why we support like a maximum of 5 wallets. So this 5 wallets would help them to get a feel like okay how much they have traded because till now we always like farming is easy. We always calculate how many coins comes in and we can able to show it. But trading on the liquidity provided, those things are slightly different. So I see like community will start using this in that way, and and we are still working with a lot of community users here because as I said, it's still evolving, and we are still working on a lot of features, bug fixes, and I have to really thankful for a lot of our community members here who's early adopters, who is working with us for this tool. We are working for more than a year, I would say, because every time we find new and we continuously improve on it. It's kind of like the cloud wallet what Chia is working on, but in a simpler way, where we have monitoring also here. So not only tax. So if once you add your wallets here, then that means like you have you have options to have monitoring. So that means like any transaction in and out, you will get an email alert. And we have options to hook it to your Discord and others also. That is kind of we are working on. So that monitoring really helps. So I see people are using this tool as a way to monitor their wallets, multiple wallets in a single place without touching their security, just a public key. And then
Mhm.
at the year end, they can able to calculate the taxes. So that's what I see communities using this, and I need more folks to try this also. Yeah. So we'll get more feedbacks.
Yeah. So you're encouraging people to start using it, come up with feedback, some
Yeah.
ideas, see how it all works.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Because it's something new and it is a bit more complex involved on trying to parse all these details and put it into a tool. So it's we need different or all our communities use this and provide a feedback so we can definitely improve and build it on for all our community members. Right. So we need more feedback on this, and they can come here and they can add it. So they don't need to choose or pay anything, but to use this 5 wallets limit to see the balances or even having a monitoring enabled. But if you want to have a tax, then only they have to pay it. So it's free for users to test it, try it out, and let us know. Yeah.
awesome. All right. Well, what else do you have for us?
Yeah, so we have this APIs. This is a one thing. This API, what we have built it for our community, because there are a lot of things which is there in the chain which could be used to do a programmatic way. So if somebody wants to build a NFT, a marketplace for their NFT collections across 4 or 5 collections, if a token issuers have a option so they can show token trends, or they wanted to monitor particular addresses or a token events, all this they can able to do it with all the APIs we have. We have pretty good collection of APIs and the details. All of them are documented it here. So we do have like a free and paid options. Any of the service APIs endpoints, they can test it with a free endpoint, and but they have a rate limit based on the IP because currently our infrastructure is limited, so that's why we limit that. And then they feel that it is match their need and they wanted to use it, they can purchase pro plans and then they can use it. So that they can do it here. There we have pretty good list of affordable plans for users to start trying it out. This will go a long way to help our team to build and maintain this. So all our whatever the cost we have it, it's mostly like the API plans and the advertisements is what it is helping us to maintain that infrastructures and start building it. In addition to all the donations from our community. Yeah. So I would highly encourage anyone to go and explore these API documentations, and let us know if you need anything to be built on this. We are very happy to build this for any particular need, but we already have pretty good list of items which covers most of the basic needs. Yeah, so I encourage community to explore these APIs, what we have, and give us a feedback and try it out.
Awesome. Great. Well, I have a couple questions to relay here. One of them is why is the information on Spacescan quite often very different to Mint Garden and Dexy when it comes to NFT volume and other metrics? I think you
Yes,
addressed this very briefly early on, but
yes. So first thing is like like we do have bugs in some of the aspects, so that's the first thing. But that used to be like that, but now we have started correcting. Past 6 months we have started working on this NFT side of it, and then we have understood one, the volume and the metrics we need to avoid a lot of wash trades. So that's why we always limit all to tokens to XCH or NFT to XCH, and we'll just stick with always the on-chain events. We never modify volume, even a banner, based on the creator's need. So sometimes I'll get a hit from creators of NFT or tokens to make those changes. But as an explorer, we need to stick with on-chain metrics, right? So that's why some of the metrics what you see in Spacescan is purely on-chain. We never touch that metrics, never change anything, and we try to stick with NFT to XCH or a stable coin as much as possible. And we never take the multi-sided or multi-dimensional thing for the trade volume. So you have an NFT. If you trade that NFT for any other NFT, or you trade that NFT for a tokens, we don't take that as a trade count. We don't take that as a trade volume. We'll take only the NFT to XCH as the trade volume and the trade count as of now. But I've been discussing with some of the creators like Monkey Zoo and all. So they have a pretty good token ecosystem, and they wanted to counter that, calculate that also. So we had a few calls with them, and we are open to expand it, but we wanted to expand it in a slow and proper way. So that way, people can always believe what we have in Spacescan is on chain, not like. So yeah, we wanted to keep our users true to the chain events. That's it.
mhm. Yeah, that makes sense. I have
So,
this is okay, go ahead.
sorry, right? But it doesn't mean like I don't want to sound this like Mint Garden or Dexy is wrong, right? So they are also perfectly correct what they have it, right? But we wanted to like a little bit of conservative way, so that's why it's different than other places.
Yeah, different focus
Yeah.
on things. This is more of a suggestion rather than a question, but this attendee would suggest that they would like to see a download as CSV feature on address pages, price
Mhm.
charts, net space charts, etc.
Yeah.
The details.
Yes, we are working on download options for multi options like the holders of the tokens. There was a request to download all the holders details and the address also. And even in address, there is a some items what we are working on is searching for particular tokens in the address to know when it is transferred and the download options. Yeah, we do have this in our pipeline. We are just working on it. And all of this is like a part-time team, like after our after our 5 p.m. only we'll work on this. So it's slowly, yeah, working on it. Yeah, definitely that's a good suggestion, and we are working on it. Soon it will be there.
Presumably that data would also be available through the APIs, correct?
Yeah, so APIs it's already available. So if you wanted to get all the transaction for address, API is available now. You can create an API and we can get all the data for the address. And as I said, like it's a free API. It's a rate limited based on the IP. If you have paid once like a $3 a month, then you can get all the transactions for the address. It's available in API.
I have a question from Yak on YouTube. Can you tell us more about the Starbits token? I noticed it in a couple screenshots that you had.
Yes, so the Starbits is a token we created as appreciation tokens because a lot of community members been there for past 3 years, helping us with all the feedbacks, defects, suggestions. So I work with Yak, Rigidity, and Acewell, Dennis, all the developers and all the community members, Steve, a lot of folks, Lucky, a lot of them is continuously working with me, providing feedbacks, and whenever something is not working, but I don't have anything to give back other than building Spacescan, right? So that's where we were thinking of creating a token to give us an appreciation token. So that's where that star bits comes. Like it's kind of like a Spacescan and a star bits concept. That's where the token is currently. Like we don't have any big plan for a star bits, but definitely more folks are giving feedback on why can't we convert that into utility tokens and working on it, but I have to work with lawyers and my jurisdiction where I am to do that part of it. So as of now, consider that it's not an investment and it is just appreciation tokens pegged to zero, same like SPX. That is what the current status of Starbits. But if anything changes, I'll be having proper things worked out and I'll communicate to the community.
All right. Sounds good. Looks like that is all the pressing questions that we have. Did you have anything else that you wanted to say before we wrap up here? We're actually almost to the hour.
Okay, yeah. So this is about the space can, and I have to first of all thanks a lot for the community been working with us all these years, being very patient with our progress. But this is an agile methodology what we built, like similar like my day job. So it slowly grows in years,
Mhm.
and with the capacity what we have it, but all the donations, feedbacks, it's really helped us to keep this running all these years, and I hope it helped our community in some way, and there are a lot of things we have to work on as an explorer to call it like number one explorer in this ecosystems compared with any other blockchains, because that's where we have started. When we have started, we had a few pioneer explorers in the space, but we thought there was a huge space to improve on it, so we worked on it and we are here now, but there are a lot more to work, and we need community feedback and support to do that. So that's one thing. And on the next one what we have, so this is on the explorer side, but still one item what I have started when I started like in early of this Chia journey. So my journey started from 2017 on this Chia journey, but when the mainnet everything came back, I was thinking of how do we build a analytical platform, something like Glassnode or an Anson. So that's the one thing still in my mind. We don't have a tool like that. So if there is an opportunity comes in, and we do have some plans, if everything falls into place, we wanted to build that tool in the space. So that means at any time anybody wants to get high level analytical details like creators of NFT tokens, they wanted to see how their token is performing and how other token is performing, how collection is performing, or they wanted to do a very high level deep dive on Chia data, on chain data, there is an opportunity to build, and we have some ideas to work on it. But if everything falls in place, we will be start working on it pretty soon. Yeah, that's a
Awesome.
features that we have. Right?
Yeah, well, it's looking really, really good. I'm really excited for the community to start exploring these new features and testing them out for you. We had one it wasn't a question, it was just a thank you for all your hard work, Sabari. It was posted in the Q&A, so thank you for that. Um it's really, 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 really great. I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I did want to make a shout out that I think you are going to be in attendance at the Toronto meetup coming up in May. And so if anyone is looking for a in-person meetup and is able to make it out to Toronto on May 13th, I believe it is. Uh,
Yes, we did.
that's shaping up to be a pretty big event, and we're really excited for it. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out
Yeah,
for
so
that as
I
well.
like to see like whoever comes to this meetup, I like to see in person. So we've been like as a community working in here for years without seeing. We have seen mostly in the faces, but I like to see and interact with all the developers and the community members. Yeah, we'll be there on May 13th.
Awesome. Well, hope to see you there. And with that, I think we're going to wrap up here. Thank you everyone for attending this this event today. Thank you for your questions. And if you want to engage more with Sabari, you can join. I think you have a Discord for Spacescan as well.
Yeah.
We also have a Discord for Chia Network, where I'm sure you can find Sabari and you can see all the other community projects that are going on. So feel free to check that out. And with that, I want to wish everyone a great rest of your day, and thank you for joining.
Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Sabari.
Thank you.